So congratulations on a fantastic, and even though it's set in 1957, a very timely movie. I want to start with Edward because this is based on Jonathan. Is it Levin?
Lethal.
Oh, we see I've been mispronouncing
Lethal,
this
like
whole
lethal.
time.
He's very.
Yeah, I know it's based on his acclaimed novel, which on the surface might not seem cinematic, but what made you see it as a film?
Well, Jonathan pulls off what we're all trying to do all the time with films and music and plays and performances even. He sets the emotional hook within the first page. You know, it's like it almost is like the experience of reading Catcher in the Rye. It's like and Hold the Caulfield because you're inside Lionel's head and outside and watching him navigate his affliction. And by the end of the first page, your intimacy and your empathy is set. You're just set. It's like you're bought in, and you're laughing, you're wincing, all of those things. And I think that's a hard trick. That's what everybody tries to do is to grab quickly. And I thought that the novel is very much a character portrait. It's the pleasures of it are very much riding inside Lionel's crazy brain, and then also the language of the characters, which feels like '50s vernacular kind of. It actually has a stylized kind of '50s feeling.
But it's set in present day.
It's set in present day.
Yeah. So what made you make the choice to set in the 50s?
Well, it's hard to explain. The novel has a little bit of a literary surrealism to it. It is in the modern world, but the guys feel like they're in some pocket of Brooklyn that hasn't moved in time, and it relishes and kind of celebrates a '50s gumshoe noir feeling. And I thought that I said to Jonathan that I thought that I asked him if he wanted an ironic feeling, did he want it to feel like wink wink? Because I was afraid it could feel like the Blues Brothers, you know what I mean, like guys in fedoras and Priuses floating by or something. And I just thought it will be a different thing. Lionel's condition, you either have to decide that you're going to insulate the whole thing with sort of irony and that there's no real pain in it, or that you're playing it straight and that for all of the ups and downs of it, there's real pain in it. There's real suffering, real loneliness. And if you were going to play it straight, I felt like you need to play it. You need to set it in a time that it feels like when people might call someone with conditioned freak show. You know what I mean? Because that doesn't feel very, very, very contemporary to me. And so, and for Jonathan loves noir and he loves old films. He's a real cinephile, and he was very celebratory of that idea. He liked that idea, and that opened it up into the opportunity to take on this larger history that happened in New York, blah blah.
And every question with love. I love that.
Well, it's like the book is not about like a racist property developer who's ruining the world.
We're gonna get back to that, but for the cast, how did the script find its way to you? I have this image of Willem, you and Edward hanging out on like Wes Anderson sets, like Motherless future projects, but you've actually never even really shared a scene, have you?
Oh yes, we have.
Yes, we did. That memorable, huh?
Well, not right.
We were both in New York, and we met somewhere, and he was quite far along in the preparation, and he was very direct, and he said, listen, you need to do this, basically. And he sent it to me and said, does this interest you? And it was immediate. I loved the writing. I admired the scope of it. I admired it as a passion project. He was a role that he was very excited about. I was very excited by the kind of Robert Moses-inspired subplot or plot. I don't know. There were many pleasures, so it was very direct.
We met at Lucky Strike. right?
Yeah,
Like,
years ago.
yeah, after I came to see something in Worcester.
Yeah, you came with Fran McDowell.
That's right, and Willem's legendary theater company downtown, and that's how we met.
And of course, I knew Edward from, and not directly so much, from met him around Wes Anderson movies, but around the theater community, I was always aware of what he was doing, and certainly aware of his film work.
I mean, there's so many great New York theater actors in this movie. The exception is Gugu. You're sort of the import.
The lone Brit.
Yeah.
The lone Brit. Apart from our amazing DP, Defoe, and the music coming from Daniel Pemberton, composer, and John York. He's also from Oxford, so yeah. But no, I mean, for me, it was, I've obviously known it was work for a long time, and to read the script, it's such a layered and rich world, and I love New York, I love jazz. I didn't know anything really about Robert Moses, so that was something that I kind of learned more about the history of New York in the research of it. But for me, the world of Harlem, and the fact that Laura also somewhat pioneered for her time in terms of her activism and being a trained lawyer, that was really appealing. And then this incredible cast, as I say, of New York actors, was just, I knew I learned a lot from them.
Most of the cast is, I could talk about the cast for a long time, but the cast is almost, with the exception of Gugu, it's people that I've worked with, and in the main for 20 years, a lot of my New York theater crowd, people like Bobby in Dallas, and Josh Pais, and Peter Lewis, and many others that I came up in the New York theater with, and it's not just that I have a shorthand with them, and a deep sense of confidence in our ability to work in a almost subtextual level together because of the familiarity and stuff. But also I think New York, we had to make this movie in like 46 days. It was and a couple things happened. One is everyone in this cast rallied around me and did it essentially for no money. The cast of this movie financed this movie, literally, starting with Bruce, who was the first. He committed to me to do the film and said, I know it's not, about a payday, and I literally couldn't have gotten the film made without the cast's commitment to it as a piece of work and me. So if you see me for the next 10 years in a film where you're like, that was really beneath him, I will be paying off Motherless quickly, so I said, it's like, it's not just that I'll be in Die Hard 8, I'll be villain number 3. Have like the Alan Rickman role. A politician who's like annoyed for a minute. It'll be like paying off Bruce. But I mean that. Like the times your tribe rallies around you, and it made me feel like, I had a theater company. It was tremendous. But I also needed actors that I know come out of a theater background, because we have that experience of the primary responsibility for the text. Like, theater actors do have the experience of knowing that when the lights go down, they've got the ball, and they have to have a synthesis of the entirety of it. And it mattered because it's a text-heavy thing, and I didn't want to talk. I think audiences love that. I think audiences like to hear adult dialogue and conversation, but we had to do it fast, and I needed actors that I knew had a comfort and a familiarity with the experience of showing up to play the thing in its entirety. And like Willem and I in the park, with the light falling and having to move, and him having to do an enormous sort of, torrent of discursive and urgent, communication, and Alec in the pool, having like a third of a day to do that in the pool, and knowing that Alec could come in and manhandle that language, literally, that he has the capacity like a Shakespearean actor's kind of command of language and the ability to come in and do that in 2 or 3 takes and be done. And I couldn't have done it with people who not only didn't have that kind of an ownership of performance and text, but also who honestly, like, my distractedness was gonna be, in a way, the poison pill on the normal good concentration that actors help each other sustain. And so I needed actors who were the opposite of method actors, who were very stagecraft pros, who I knew could handle the atomization I was creating with focus, and who could actually help me get out of the analytical head, drop back in, look at that guy's face, and be right back in it, because he's so great, you know. And those were my airbags. That was my insurance policy around myself towards these actors, really.
I mean,